Hi, I'm Tom Pease, and this is Waupaca Local Live.
Ready? Here we go.
This fall's kindergartners are the class of 2030. We've been learning how to read and learning how to write and even how to illustrate. Oh, we did a little dance when we got the chance. Kindergarten's been really great. We love our teachers and the friends that we made. Goodbye, kindergarten, yeah. Moving on to first grade. Oh, there's centers where we paint, and centers where we write, and centers where we build with blocks. True? Centers to explore chicks and dinosaurs. Kindergarten really rocks. We love our teachers and the friends that we made. Goodbye, kindergarten, yeah. Moving on to first grade. All right. The first day that we came, we learned each other's names and wrote them in our places. We had some butterflies and opened up our eyes and saw all the happy faces. Sing it with us. We love our teacher and the friends that we made. Goodbye, kindergarten, yeah. Moving on to first grade. All right. Well, it is so cool this year at our school with all the friends and teachers we meet. Well, we're learning to read better and writing fancy letters and sitting quietly in our seats. Yeah, right. We love our teachers and the friends that we made. Goodbye, kindergarten, yeah. Moving on to first grade. Let's do it again. We love our teachers and the friends that we made. Goodbye, kindergarten. Moving on to first grade. Moving on to first grade. Moving on to first grade. Moving on to first grade.
Moving on to fourth grade. Moving on to first grade.
Moving on to first grade.
All right.
What? Are you moving on to first grade?
Hey, welcome to Waupaca Local Live. I'm Wes Powers, and as usual, we have Marcy Belcou. How are you doing, Marcy?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. And tonight, or today, depending on when you're listening to it, we have a great local artist, Tom Pease, in the studio today. Now, I just want to say, Marcy, we've had a lot of great artists in the studio.
We have.
We've had a lot of creative artists. We've had one-man bands.
We did.
We've had award-winning
Musicians.
Blues,
jazz.
bluegrass. We've had heavy metal bands in here, but not once have we had a children's entertainer, Tom Pease, in the studio. How are you doing tonight, Tom?
Good.
Wonderful. So, let's start from the beginning. So, where are you from? What's going on?
I live near Amherst. I live 10 miles from here.
Wow, you're a local musician.
He's local.
Local.
But where are you originally from?
Originally from Iowa, southeast Iowa,
Okay.
Mississippi.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So, what did you do before this?
Before I was a musician,
The entertainer, the children's entertainer.
I taught environmental education, and I taught both in outdoor ed, as they call it, in California.
Outdoor education?
The outdoor education, environmental education, we call it here, but they still call it outdoor ed out there.
Yeah.
And then I also worked as a mountaineering instructor and things like that in the summer.
Wow.
So I taught all those things, and whitewater and things like that. So, I did all that. But I started singing with kids in camps. That's where I first started singing with people.
You kind of fell in love with it then.
I did,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I left that to go back to school, I really missed it. I really missed being with kids, and so my vehicle back to being with kids as quickly as possible was to be singing with them. And so I started doing it and singing in schools and libraries, and it took off. And now it's ancient history.
How many gigs a
I've
year?
been doing this a long time.
How many shows a year, Tom?
It used to be 300, but now it's been about 200 for the last 15, 20 years.
That's a pretty full-time job, hey?
But, they're hour-long shows, and a lot of times
Yeah.
they're just...
So the last song you did with Marcy here, the host here, and what was that song called?
Moving on to first grade, and it was written with my dear friend, Mr. Stuart Stotts, and a bunch of kindergartners.
Yeah.
We do quite a few songwriting residencies in schools.
Yeah.
And 3 of them a year we do in kindergarten centers. And one of them is in a kindergarten center in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. And this year will be the 20th year we've been doing
wow.
it. So it's kind of a home away from home. It's a 4 to 5 day residency. And we write with the kids. Each classroom writes a verse. And all those verses were written by kindergartners
Really?
with us. We take in the chorus and the music, and they write a verse.
That's
so
awesome.
we work with the whole school. We also do it in K-5 buildings, full elementary buildings too. But 3 of them we do every year at the kindergarten centers, which is really cool because they. So every class writes a verse, and there'll be 3 to 4 classes on each song, and then the final concert, we come back after 2 or 3 weeks after we've written with them, and they've rehearsed together all the classes, and so there'd be 3 or 4 classes come to this concert. And in Manitowoc, there's anywhere between 1,000 and 1,500 people come.
Wow.
It's a big show. And in Ashwaubenon, it's about 1,000 people come. It's in their big PAC. And then in Kaukauna, that one is about, they pack a huge high school gymnasium.
Wow.
And the kids sing their songs, and it is a celebration. It is.
So at this point, though, you've got the parents of the kids, like this year, probably were the students in, if you've been doing this for 20 years.
Oh, yeah. Well,
right?
Yes, yeah. Well, that's possible. It certainly is true, yeah.
'Cause I know that
a lot
when
of the siblings come back in Manitowoc. And
Right.
And in Kaukauna, too. All 3 of those.
But even the parents.
Yeah,
saying,
I'm
not saying
working
you're
on
old,
3rd
but-
generation.
Yeah.
I am.
Maybe, yeah.
I just joined Medicare. I'm really proud of it.
Hey.
I'm officially an old guy.
Well, I know
I thought I was
the
an
shows-
official geezer, but I'm not.
The shows that I've been with you at, there have been parents out there holding their kids who listened to your music when they were kids.
The parents.
And the parents are
it's-
almost more into it than the kids are.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's almost 3rd generation.
And in our audience tonight, actually, we have a young group of, they're
A lot
all
of young
girls.
women here.
You guys all want to say your names?
Yes, me too.
What's your name?
Jackson Simons.
And what's your name?
Mia.
What's your name? And?
Not to me.
I remember powers.
And?
Isabel.
So we have a young audience here, just here for you, Tom. So that must be nice.
And I already warned him I was going to do a couple of grown-up songs.
Yeah.
We are going to do
This
some
is kind of the
grown-up
grown-up portion of our show.
songs. Yeah.
Yeah, the
But
dull
they don't
interview.
mind.
And we're talking, and so they're squirming.
Yeah, they're kind of like, hey,
Grown
let's
up.
get going on here.
Grown-ups talk because
Because
it's Da.
It's the rule. Wow, I
All
gotta
right,
use that
what's your
one.
next song going to be, Tom? Let's get into
Next
another
Let's
song.
do, you got your mandolin?
What are you going to do?
Let's do apple picking time. It's seasonal.
Okay.
Apple picking
Apple
time,
picking
Tom
time.
Pease and Marcy?
Yep, I guess
Well, you know,
so.
this- You
I'm
sitting
going to go
in
grab
with
my
this one?
thing. Yep.
Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening with a banjo picking too. Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening with a banjo picking too. Bring along your bucket, bring along your basket, bring along your darling too. We gonna find some apple trees, gonna pick ourselves a few. Singing while you're walking, singing while you're talking, singing an apple song. Singing and dancing, legs like branches, pick and sing all day long. Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening, and a banjo picking too. Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening, with a banjo picking too. Climbing with a sack, branches scratching your back, branches scratching you on your belly. Bruising them apples, bouncing off your head, gonna put 'em in the jelly. You fill up your buckets and you fill up your baskets and you fill up your socks and shoes. Stuff 'em in your pockets and you stuff 'em in your jackets till you feel like an overstuffed goose. Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening with a banjo picking too. Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening with a banjo picking too. We got red ones, we got green ones. Take yourself a bite. Some so sweet they can't be beat. Gonna satisfy your appetite. Well, I ate so much I ran out of luck. I turned 3 shades of green. Sat right down, put my head on the ground in the shade of an apple tree. Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening with a banjo picking too. Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening with a banjo picking too. September sweat, it's hot, you bet. Forget about cider sipping. I know a farm pond, we can catch a cool one. We can go skinny dipping. Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening with a banjo picking too. Apple picking time in the morning, apple peeling afternoon, apple pie served in the evening with a banjo picking too. Bring along your basket, bring along your basket, bring along your darling too. We gonna find some apple trees, gonna pick ourselves a few. Gonna pick ourselves a few. Gonna pick ourselves a few.
Welcome back to Waupaca Local Live. In the studio today we have Tom Pease. And Tom, I just wanted to ask you a question from the audience. Is you mentioned playing at camp, and did you always have this inclination to play music, or when did this come about? Like your thirst
playing.
for the guitar and playing for kids.
I started playing guitar, I think, probably about 7th grade. Actually took a couple of lessons, but mainly just sat around in my bedroom as a teenager and played.
Yeah.
But I was in choruses in school and everything, and always loved show music, and my family always had music going. And we weren't a big musical family like Marcy's family, but we were, we liked music, and my parents listened to a lot of big band swing stuff, and so, and my brothers and sisters, I'm the youngest, they had all these show tunes and all these, Chad Mitchell Trio and Kingston Trio and all those people, so I grew up on all that stuff, and that's, so we sang all the time, but then when I started working in camps, it was, we sang, and when I went to camp too, we always sang, so it was, it was just, I love campfires, and
the community feel of it.
Yeah, and it's really, it's still what I do. I still haven't changed much from the old campfire thing where anything,
You're stuck in a time warp.
I can still do all those things.
Kumbaya.
Well,
not so much.
Well, we did some pretty wild things.
Yeah.
But, a lot of camp songs.
So what was your first guitar? Do you remember what kind of guitar it was?
It was a really
who gave
bad
it to
guitar. I couldn't, it was not playable. But then I got what do they call it, Framus? Framus, I think it's actually it was a pretty nice guitar. For a first, it was a second guitar, but first guitar was not playable. So the second guitar was a little better.
Did your parents buy it for you?
Yeah, I think they did. I think my mom took me to the Apps Music House.
Okay. And how many brothers and sisters did you have?
Do you have 3.
3.
Yeah.
And you're the youngest. Did any of the other older ones play any instruments?
No.
Did anybody take piano lessons?
There was a piano in our house, and I started playing it and I would pick out tunes. I was picking out Christmas tunes, and I would just play them by ear.
Yeah.
And I didn't play chords or anything like that, but I played the melodies. And I remember this, and then suddenly our piano was gone.
Yeah.
It just disappeared.
Get that big thing out of here.
And, but other than that, and then I sang in choruses and everything, but I didn't really sing until I started playing guitar, and then I started really getting my voice and learning all those things, sitting around the candlelight in my.
So these ideas that you come up with for these songs, I know this might be kind of a silly left turn, but do you watch children's programming or read children's books or anything like that to kind of inspire you at all?
I raise kids.
I know your son, Brogy.
Yeah, Brogy lives here in Waupaca. And my son Morgan and his family just moved here with our grandson, just moved to the area.
So it's just basically becoming a father, and that's the inspiration?
Well, no, working with kids in camps.
Yeah.
I didn't do a lot of writing at first. I wrote more as the time went on, and then when Stuart Stotts and I became best friends and started working together, he's a really incredible songwriter, and so he and I just feel so fortunate to write with him, and he's taught me a lot. And the first song, moving on to first grade, that we did today was one that we did together, and then Apple Pickin' was one I wrote, but. I'll do another one of that he and I wrote together with kids. And I do a lot of Stuart songs, just
It seems like you got a really great feel for what you do and everything. What are some of the trials and tribulations of maybe the hardest thing about doing your job? What would that be?
I think the driving.
The driving.
It's really my job. Driving is. I put on about 40,000 a year, and I just do mainly Wisconsin, but surrounding states. A lot in Iowa, because that's where I grew up.
Right.
I think, but it's also I'm word of mouth. I've been word of mouth for, I've been doing this since 81 or 82, and so almost 40 years, not quite, but so I don't. Word of mouth, it's been since about 83 or 84, and so and so I'm out there, and it just spreads that way. And I don't know what the hardest part. The hardest part is probably just paying attention.
Yeah.
Paying attention when you're driving. Paying attention when you're singing with the kids. If I leave a show and I don't remember the kids' faces or some of the names that I learned or some of the things they did, the smiles they gave me, then I haven't done my job. And I worry about that happening. It doesn't happen very often, but it happens once a year at least, and that can be tough.
I'm sure you're making everyone's lives a lot better, especially children's.
Well, they make mine too.
Yeah. Well, that's
I
good.
throw out the energy, but I get it back 100-fold.
Right.
Usually, it's all participatory. What I do is, I think I do one song in schools and libraries and family shows that it's not participatory.
Speaking of not participatory, what's your next song going to be? Are you going to do your adult song?
Yeah, let me do an
Let's
adult
do an adult song.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Pease.
Should I not talk?
No.
Oh, my constant friend, here we are again. So many years have come and gone, and still I make another song to show my love grows ever strong. Oh, my constant friend, oh, my constant friend, to hear your heart again. The world spins round with hope and grace, because you've walked upon this place. Your loving steps I try to trace. Oh, my constant friend, oh, my constant friend, your spirit never ends. With fluid truth you worship lakes. The water cleanses your heart aches. And sacred memories bless your wake. Oh, my constant friend, oh, my constant friend, I hold you now again. It might seem sad, but still it's true. I hope I die before you do. Not know the pain of missing you. Oh, my constant friend, oh, my constant friend.
If you're just tuning in, welcome back to Waupaca Local Live. In the studio today, we got the one, the only, the Tom Pease. And Tom, let's talk about that last song. It was strictly vocal. It was beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I made it for, it's one of the many songs I've written for the love of my life, Louise Pease.
Your wife?
Yes, I happen to be married to her. She's my partner, and so
wonderful.
She happens to be here.
Oh, so, and how many years?
42 years.
42.
Wow.
That's quite the accomplishment.
That deserves an applause.
You know, we talked about the camps. We met at the camp that we both first worked at.
Wow.
Was environmental ed in California.
Huh.
So yeah, and that was written, I don't know, for an anniversary about 4 or 5 years ago. Something like that.
Yeah.
I have a quick question regarding your name, Tom Pease. Obviously, that's your real name. Earlier on in your career, when you knew that maybe you're going to be doing some children's entertaining, with the community aspect of it, did you think about taking on a different stage name, perhaps? Never?
No, what I do is, I'm not a...
That's kind of hokey.
I don't like that. I don't put a banner up behind me.
Yeah.
It's not about me. It's about the kids. It's about the music. It's about the kids. It's about people having fun. It's about building community. I know I'm the vehicle, but I really try to
Right.
So I don't, to be honest with you, I just don't take this wrong, but I don't seek out television spots. I don't
promoting
seek out
and all
any
that
of the
kind of
promotion
stuff.
I just really depend on word of mouth and when actually the truth is when somebody calls me or writes me and they've never seen me or heard about me, they just saw my website.
Yep.
I won't work for them.
Yeah.
I say you need to come and see me before that because I'm not for everybody.
Right.
And I just feel really firmly about that people. I mean, it happens and I don't know it.
Right.
But when I find out, I say, no, it's not a good idea for you to, have me come to your school or your library or your family program if you don't know what I do. Because, don't depend on the website.
Right.
It's really different.
Well, I saw you for the first time at Arts in the Square, about a month ago?
With Marcy.
In August,
With Marcy.
With Marcy.
Yeah. And
we were so well rehearsed, too.
Yeah, we were all drawn. We took all of our girls there, and you got my little one with the watermelon dress on, and then you have a real knack for
Did we do out in the
involving-
garden? Did we do out in the garden? And we got the watermelon? Is that what we did?
Yeah.
Oh, we had the
Okay,
watermelon
that's
out in the garden.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
All smiles in that tent. It was beautiful.
A lot of great songs. And how many CDs have you actually cut or albums? I don't know if you ever did vinyl.
I've done yes, I did vinyl.
Okay.
I did not do 8 tracks. I just
Okay.
missed it.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's a
80s
little-
isn't that long ago. Come on.
Back in my day.
But I do have LPs. I still have some. Would you like them?
Wow.
Yeah. And kids see them and they go, boy, that's a big CD.
They're coming
or some
back,
people will
though.
pick them up and they'll say, I didn't know you had calendars.
Oh, God, that's funny. That's funny.
So, yeah.
But how many? How many do you have?
7.
6?
I've done 7, but I
Okay.
didn't carry my first one.
Okay, and can people get your CDs
Yeah, you can
off
get
of
them
the
right
website?
at Dragon Wings.
Dragon Wings
at
bookstore here?
Bookseller,
Okay.
Dragon Wings downstairs, and
Are you-
Bookseller has them. Yeah.
But
Are
do you
you-
sell them off your website too?
Yeah, they're off the website.
And what's
too,
your
but I like to
website
support
called?
the local business. TomPease.com.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever
Got to
it
get
is.
that in there. I'm going to make you promote yourself.
I don't know.
Wow. Are you currently working on anything new? Do
You
have
know,
some-
there's rumor. The rumor has it that Stuart Stouts and I, the last 2 recordings I did were done with Stuart because we write so much together and we do so many things together that we just, why not,
Right.
And we have, from all those residencies we've done, we probably have, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 songs.
that no one's even heard of? Or?
Unless you've been at
they
the
hear about
show.
them. We do different songs every year. We write
Yeah.
new songs every year.
Wow.
And so it's really, we have a lot of songs. And a lot of them have never been recorded. And so the word is we're going to go into the studio in November and December. But it remains to be seen because we've said this before in the last 10 years too.
Yeah. That's good. Those are 2 good months to get into the studio too, because Wisconsin weather, kind of takes a hold of us. But how long does it usually take to come up with one of these brilliant songs?
Oh, it depends.
Yeah. Each one is its own monster, huh?
It is.
Yeah.
Often. But, I did a couple that I wrote, but, Stuart he's so brilliant with coming up with melodies and catchphrases. He's really an incredible songwriter. A lot of his songs are all over the world. And so,
And he's out of Madison.
he's near Madison, the Forest, yeah. Yes.
And your songs are good too, Tom.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yep.
But I just feel so honored to write with him. But, I don't really consider myself a big songwriter. I write songs here and there.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to teach somebody how to do it because I'm kind of flailing when I do it.
Yeah.
I write a lot of songs.
Yeah, but I think you're a really great performer. You're very
Yes.
engaging.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
an entertainer, and it's
Yes.
more important to me to build community than it is to be dead on with the music. You know,
Right.
It's just not that important to me.
Each show is a different kind of feel.
It's very rare that I do a song without interrupting it.
Yeah.
And that's very frustrating for a lot of people. But it isn't for me because I'm a camp guy.
Yeah.
And I still sing in camps. There's one camp
Yeah.
I've been singing in for 34 years.
What camp is that?
It's a camp called Chippewa Ranch Camp up near St. Germain, Eagle River area.
Oh.
Yeah, a girls camp. Yeah,
Nice.
and a lot of the songs that I've been teaching them for 34 years, it's really, all these songs, Stewart's, my songs, all these songs, they're their tradition, and it's like,
Yeah,
they forgot, they
that's
don't care
cool.
who wrote them.
Oh.
It doesn't matter to
It's
me
their
either.
song,
They're
it's
their
the camp
songs.
song.
I don't own them anymore,
Right.
they're their songs.
That's
wonderful.
It's
awesome.
really beautiful to watch, and you know, it's really an honor to have been that little catalyst to get them going because they are a singing camp. I mean, it's a sports camp, but they're singing 200 girls. I mean, they just go nuts. They're from age 7, 8 through.
I went to a
18,
camp like that.
and they're there for 4 to 8 weeks. You know, 2 4-week sessions, and most of them stay for 8 weeks.
Wow, that's
and
awesome.
it's just amazing. I go, and every once in a while I get to teach them a song.
Yeah.
But not very often, because they just yell out. From the moment when they're standing up, and they're just yelling out what song to do next. And even songs I've never recorded that I taught them the year before.
That's like an ancient
remember.
oral
They'll
tradition
remember it,
story.
like,
Yeah.
They Out in the Garden song.
Yeah.
Out in the garden. They ask for it. They go, do that out in the garden.
Yeah.
And they'll sing it. All they care about is the choruses.
Right.
They don't care about verses.
Wow. Any thoughts of with the late mosquito problem? You want to write a mosquito song, possibly?
It's all the buzz.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good start.
Yeah.
So
I wrote
we
that
got-
one for a wedding, though, for some beekeeper friends of mine. It's all the buzz. You make me sing. It's all because I felt love's sting. Anyway, it goes on. It's all puns. But anyway.
All right, one more song. Are we
One
going to get
more
one more
song?
song out of you, Tom?
Yeah, we can get one more song.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Pease.
So, should we? You gonna join?
Okay, I think we get it. Okay, I think we get it.
Okay, and it's this part too. There's a great big moon shining on me so bright. There's a great big moon shining on me tonight. Aren't we close to the full moon?
It's waxing. It's definitely waxing.
It's waxing, it's getting there. It's a big moon already anyway, right? Okay,
Okay, we're rolling.
we're rolling. Ready? There's a great big moon shining on me so bright. There's a great big moon shining on me tonight. Starts out like a crescent and ends up like a sphere. We watch it grow, but we know it's going to disappear. There's a great big moon shining on me so bright. There's a great big moon shining on me tonight. The moon is like a mirror, reflecting all our songs. Coyotes' howls, hoots of owls, echo all night long. There's a great big moon shining on me If I had a ladder, I'd climb into the night. Grab that sphere, bring it here, and make my bedroom bright. Sing it again. Great big moon shining on me, so bright. There's a great big moon shining on me tonight. There's a great big moon shining on me so bright. There's a great big moon shining on me tonight. Shining on me tonight. Shine on me tonight.
Tom Pease. Nice howling.
Can we do it? Big smiles for keep looking that way. Smile. We're wrapping it up, so give a big smile.
That's awesome.
It's been good for this little while. I like Wes and I like Marcy. And I like all of you and that little Natalie.
All right.
I hope you guys got that. You guys get that? Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up on Waupaca Local Live. We have Tom Pease in the studio. Let's give him one more Waupaca Local Live.
Thanks, Wes. Thanks, girls.